So I was whining to my wife the other day, said, I need new glasses. And she said, well, get some. I couldn't tighten them anymore. They were scratched. You know the thing, right? But I didn't want to go through the process because you have to make the appointment. You have to spend weeks to get them done. And you got to pay a fortune, right? That's real. But I did. I spent $500 on frames and glasses, and that was cheap. And then I ordered a pair from my sponsor, Zenni Optical, for $70. Zenni is an online eyewear shop. Prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, starting at under $30. You go to Zenni.com, you pick a frame, upload your prescription, and they ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And by the way, if you are saying, do I really need new glasses, or do I have to put up with one pair to do everything I need to do for the next 2 years? No! You can get what you want starting at under $30. And if you've never bought glasses online, don't worry about it. I haven't either. Zenni has a virtual try-on so you can see exactly how the frame looks before you commit to buying them, with no salesman looking at you saying, those look good, but these expensive ones would look better. No, you don't get that. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my Zenni glasses and tell you more about them. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now's the time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out, so don't sit on it. That's Zenni.com/podcast. Promo code podcast15. You might have heard that live shopping is exploding, and I have to tell you, I have been on Whatnot for a couple of weeks now, and I see why it is. Now, Whatnot is my sponsor, and they are the reason I got on the platform and checked it out. I'm glad they did. They made it easy for me. I'm going to make it easy for you. I love it. Whatnot is where you get great products without paying full price. It's that simple. I'm hooked on their live shows, too. You got to see them. They're so much fun. And I see why Whatnot has climbed to the top of the App Store. And listen, if you're selling online, or maybe you have a storefront and you're hoping people will find your listing or maybe walk in your store, Whatnot flips that, because on Whatnot, you go live and you sell directly to people in real time. And I may admit, although you didn't hear from me, I may have picked up a couple of power tools or so in the past couple of days. I'm just saying. Whatnot, it's the largest dedicated live shopping platform with beauty, collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies, and anyone can sell. In fact, people who sell on Whatnot sell 10 times as much as any other major marketplace. That's because you're not just listing products, you're building real connections with buyers. So whether you're shopping or you're selling, download the Whatnot app today and get free shipping on your first order. Just search WHATNOT, Whatnot, in the App Store and start scoring amazing deals. So what if your boring life was actually the excited life you wanted to have? Everything was really boring, and yet it was really awesome. How does that come to be? How does that happen? Well, I think the best lives are like that, and I think you probably do too if you were to think about it for just a minute. So boring meaning scripted, boring meaning process. And we'll talk about the two here in just a minute, and hopefully if I have my way, I'll talk you into a little bit different way of thinking that may change everything for you. How's that? It is the Daily Boost from motivationtomove.com. It's me, Scott Smith, in the studio today doing what I do, which is inspiring you. It's, 9:45 in the morning. I've been at it since 6:30 this morning on the call. I mean, literally 6:45 I was on a call, and I'm stacking them today. All scheduled, all fun, just a great day. I had one cancellation later today. It's an even better day. Don't you love it when the script falls apart? Let's talk about that today. Are you a goal setter? You should be a goal setter. You probably are. Are you an intentional goal setter? Maybe that's the better question. You're a goal setting machine. Your eyes, think about this for a second. Most people in this audience have two eyes. Some maybe one because of an accident. Who knows? Some maybe one because they're an alien. I don't know. It's the center of your forehead. But most people have two eyes. If you think about this, your two eyes are triangulating in front of you. So if you're walking down the sidewalk and you want to go someplace, you turn your head, you look in that direction, and you triangulate where the door is. And you just walk that direction. I ride motorcycles a lot, and anybody who rides a motorcycle knows where your head goes, where your eyes go, is where you're going to go. So we're at a turn, we're going in a direction, we turn that direction, we focus our nose in the direction we want to go, and our body naturally takes us there. You are a goal-seeking machine. So wherever your attention goes, turn your head, turn your eyes, that's where you're going. So I fought some advice for a very long time. Let's see if you fight it too. Do you believe this? When your life is predictable, when it's scripted, when it's process-oriented, that it's boring. Yeah. Do you believe that? Do you also believe that when your life is predictable, scripted, and process-oriented and boring, life gets as exciting as you'll ever dream it to be? What? I don't think so. Most people that I talk to tell me all the time, I just don't want the boring and the predictable. That's what I do all the time. I mean, face it, you kind of get out of high school, you go to college, and you get a job, and your job becomes boring and predictable. You're doing the same thing all the time. And about 20 years into it, it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I want exciting. I want fun. I get it. I felt that way since I was about 15 years old, I think, maybe before. So I like excitement in my day. I guess you do too as well. But I prefer to kind of ignore that wisdom most of the time. Predictable, scripted, process-oriented. And I'm not alone. I think most people ignore it as well. But at the same time, I don't think you should miss how good it can be for you. And I also think you should prioritize your way of thinking in that way at all costs. Now, why should I say that? Why would I say that? Well, life is pretty random, isn't it? Stuff happens all the time. You have ideas pop in your head all the time. And let me tell you, in this day and age of AI and influencer things that are happening, social media, it's just getting kind of crazy. Now, have you noticed, I talked about a moment ago, you're a goal-setting machine. Whatever direction you point your attention is where you're going to go. Have you noticed that there are billions and billions and billions of opportunities every single day that somebody is saying, hey, look over here, look over here, look over here. Some of y'all call it shiny object syndrome. Some of y'all call it chasing squirrels. Today, it's just called life. Everybody, everything, every business, every person out there is trying to call your attention in a certain direction. So if you are a kind of wing it kind of person, you get out of bed, hey, I got some goals, going to do this today, got to do that. Listen, you could do it on a day. I love days when it's just spontaneous. We just get to do what we want to do. But they don't always work, do they? My wife is not very spontaneous. She actually does exactly what we're talking about today. I kind of learned it from her. She is so not spontaneous, I had to plan a spontaneous Saturday if I want to have some fun on a Saturday. Honey, we're having a spontaneous Saturday. What does it mean? She gets to plan for it. I know. It's wacky. And I fight this every step of the way. My guess is you probably do. I want freedom, Scott. I don't want structure. I don't want scripted. I don't want that stuff. I don't want boring. Okay. Well, let's talk about that scripted part.
When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
Like I said, I like a good spontaneous day, but I have learned the more scripted and predictable my day, the less stress that is experienced. You'll see the same thing. If you think about it, you probably found that when you have a day that you've kind of planned your day, you've decided what you're going to be doing, and it goes that way, don't you have less stress and get more done? All that means is that you know what you'll be doing throughout the day, and you know when you'll be doing it, and you know what time you'll be done for the day. Isn't that awesome? You have that control. Now, some of you may work for a job where you're getting up in the morning before the sun rises. Easy to do this time of year, and you're driving all day, and your boss has control of you all day long. And then you get off the job at 5 o'clock at night, and you drive home, and you don't get home till the sun's gone down. You do that for 45 years. It is hard to imagine that you have control of your day. You do. You just scripted a life that's allowing somebody else to control it for you. When you make the decision that you want to script your day the way you want it to roll, you do much better. Now, you can still work for somebody else. Don't get me wrong. You can still script your day throughout the day. You can still do things your way. My guess is you do. You probably get up at a certain time. You probably go to the gym certain days a week. You probably have a certain cup of coffee. You may have a certain number of coffees per day. You've already got that figured out, so why not do it in advance? Why not do more of it? You should be able to tell what you're doing weeks in advance. I was at the dermatologist this past week, and this happens a lot to me, actually. Well, you got to come back, get some stitches out, removed. I had a little thing taken off my body. And I said, okay. She said, is Monday 2 weeks from now okay? I said, yes. She goes, well, what time? I said, it doesn't matter. I know my Monday. Anything works. What do you want to do? Boom. Scripted 2 weeks in advance. I knew what was going on. Do you do that? You should. Think about it. I know it sounds boring, but the minute you get some structure in your life, you get all the freedom you want. I'll say that again slower. The minute you get some structure in your life is the minute you get all the freedom you want. So let's get on to the process part of this. Your life should be process oriented. The best way I can explain this is goals. We talked about goals. You're a goal setting machine. Most people set the outcome goal, the really big goal. You're going to go for it. It's way out there at the end, and that's what you're going to do. And you focus on the goal. Well, I got to tell you, about 5 minutes after you set that goal, while it's still exciting, it loses a little bit of the glimmer, doesn't it? Because kind of life gets in the way. All the muck shows up, all the stuff you have to do to get there. That's kind of sometimes not that much fun, is it? But you're still focused out on the goal. You keep driving toward it, and it's really easy to lose your sense of where you are. If you want to lose weight, it's easy to set a goal. I'm going to lose 50 pounds in this amount of time. Goal setting would tell you to do that specific goal, right? It's 50 pounds in a specific time frame. What if it doesn't work? You've all heard about the plateaus, right? It happens. And how long does a plateau last? Who knows? How do you get over it? Who knows? But it always seems to work if you stick with it, right? That's why when you focus not so much on the end goal, but on the process along the way, fall off the wagon here or there, have an out of control weekend, gain an ounce or two, not gain an ounce or two. It doesn't really matter. Instead, what you're focusing on is the process of actually going after it. What does that mean? Well, that means watching your diet. That means watching your exercise. That means getting some sleep, all the stuff. In other words, getting excited about the process you're going through so that you can get what you want. Let's say that another way. Getting excited about the process that you're in so you can focus on the script you have written for yourself. Does that make sense to you? It should, and I fought this for years and years and years, just complete honest transparency to you. And these days, I'll still fight it if I can. Do not tell me what to do. I'm not going to write it down. Don't make me stick to my thing. I'm not, but guess what? Here's what I learned. When I do it for myself, for what I want to do, I'll stick to it all day long. Oh, by the way, one last thing on this. You'll notice if you script your life out and then you have a process way of thinking that you will kind of bump into other people. I do it all the time with my schedule. I know exactly what my schedule's doing, and everybody else around me wants to do their thing too. And they tend to bump into me because I'm just not going to move very much. I already know what I'm doing. I've scripted my day. This is what I'm doing. Not that I'm inflexible. I'm very flexible, but it's going to be flexible on my terms. I bump into people constantly. And you know what they do? They kind of understand and begin to learn, well, this is how you deal with Scott. Boom. And I stay very busy all the time, and we get a lot done, and they stay busy too, and they learn to do the same thing. That's probably the biggest problem. They learn to do what I do, and before you know it, they're trying to do it on me. And man, we need another podcast about that one. I taught you to do what I do, and now you're going to do it against me? That's weird, but it's true. All right, listen, have a great day. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you tomorrow. We'll do another Daily Boost, because we all need one.